Hello and welcome to Savage Universe here on the Pinnacle Entertainment Group channel. Sorry for the confusion. It is tonight, not tomorrow night. Sometimes buttons get pressed and sliders get moved in the wrong direction. But I am here for our annual hype up for the Fast Furious Fun February in 2026. And I have here with me Alb. Alb, welcome
Hi,
back to the show.
thank you for having me.
Of course. So if somehow somebody who is watching this channel goes, I'm sorry, a what? A February what? Give us the rundown on this year's what is Fast Furious Fun February, and what is going on this year with it. I'm gonna throw the logo up while we do this.
It's a creator jam, so it's basically an invitation to everyone, and their mother to create something for Savage World. So it has absolutely no limits. It can be one page, a fan work. It can be a professional setting. It can be basically anything you want, as long as you create something during the month of February for Savage World. It doesn't have to be linked to an ACE or a swag license. It can be a fan license. It can be like no limit. Newcomers are welcome. The only limit is that you create for Savage World. You need to send me a link of your work so we can like put everything together and present it to you whenever the month of February is over, and
I will
that's
give it to
basically
Chris
it.
Wright, and he will get it all up on savageuniverse.com.
Yeah.
So we've had themes before. There was Rebellion. I believe there was Dreams one year. What is this year's theme that you can cleave in both sense of the word, either to draw bind close together or to separate as much as you like?
So the theme this year's theme is "Can you hear me now?" which is basically an invitation to be as loud as possible and to be as engaged as possible in whatever you want it to be. Like uh, I'm I'm someone that believes in engagement as a creator, that you need to have a message. So I think that's very important, and that's what I wanted to reflect in this year's theme. So let let the creators be heard for Savage Worlds, and you can also take it completely literal. So you can have an adventure. You can write an adventure about miscommunication, or like in space nobody can hear you scream, or like anything.
What is it
I'm
in Pine Box
it,
Middle School where you have the cell coverage mechanic where, oh, sorry, things are going to get garbled or you're not going to be able to call for help?
yes, so anything goes. It can be like sound based setting rules that you want to implement. It doesn't have to be. And it's also an invitation because we had very few podcasts and actual plays that participated. So this is like my invitation for all those actual plays and podcasts to be heard, to use their platform to which is a very different platform than what I'm used to, which is the written form, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also very important expression. So that's like also an invitation for those type of creations to make their place in Fast Furious Fun February.
So what you're saying is we need to make sure that the Knights of the Smith dinner table do a creator
Yeah,
jam one shot.
anyone can invite me if they want. I'm available if they want to have a guest spot. It'll be my pleasure.
James, you heard it here. Like, let's make this happen. So, do you have anything in the works?
Yes, I
Are
do.
you using your powers for evil and getting your Creator Jam submission prepared in advance because you knew what the theme was?
Uh, well, I try to be as fair as possible and not start working too much before everyone else. But yes, I do. I'm working on mini setting compilation,
Okay.
punk mini setting compilations, because usually when we think about punk, we think about cyberpunk, but it's
Mm-hmm.
a wide variety of settings, which can be steampunk, cattlepunk, biopunk. Uh, yeah, so a lot of so I'm creating 5 mini settings. So basically, a very short
Awesome.
introduction to the setting, a few setting roles, a few character options, and have fun.
Awesome. And again, there's no set limit. There's no everybody gets the same prize for entering, which is the
Absolutely nothing.
very coveted no prize.
Yep.
Um, yes, and that Padre, that's what you got to do. You got to figure out how the idea that you have can fit in. And I'll be honest, Alb is very generous with the
I've
definitions of
y-
what fits in.
I usually try, like when I had the rebellion one, you can be a rebel and not make
Yes, I
anything about
remember
a
that one.
rebellion. Can you hear me now? Is basically an open invitation to make everything fits, because that's your voice that's that's heard whenever you write something. So it's not, you don't have to work very hard if you don't want to. So like anything can fit in the theme.
Awesome. And then hopefully we'll have you on again either at the end of February or right at the beginning of March to kind of
Hmm.
discuss how it went. We'll go through some of the entries and just talk about them and show off where people can find them.
Yep. Usually, I've usually people either publish on drive-through, itch. Even if you have a Kickstarter and you want to make a shout out to Fast Furious Fun February, it's perfectly valid as well. uh, it can be on whatever you, there's so many places where you can listen to podcasts, so
Yeah.
anything fits as well. So it doesn't have a single platform that we try to use. It can be whatever platforms fits. You can have a wiki with all your fan ideas, that's works as well. So we're not judging anything.
Awesome. Well, and again, this comes out of just a love of Savage Worlds and a love of the creator community. Like
Hmm.
this was one of the first uh, events that I was able to cover when we started Savage Universe 3 years ago, was it? And
It's the fourth year, but I think the first year I haven't had Savage Universe didn't exist, so
yeah,
that's
I think
possible.
that's the case.
It was
But like,
hosted on Savagepedia.
well, I just have to say, Alb, it's always great to have you on and talk with you about this. And I am
Thank you.
very excited to see what everyone puts together. I think John Doom and I are going to try and get something put together for this. And
Uh,
a little
I'm
collaboration.
eager to read or listen to everything that people will make for this.
Awesome. And if people want to get in touch with you and say, hey,
Hmm.
here's my stuff, how do they do that?
The best place is on Discord, on the
Okay.
unofficial Discord. Um,
Can you
my
put do you have a link to
I
a
can
link to that
find the
maybe?
link.
Put it in
Just
the private chat and I'll toss it into the main one.
just let me open my Discord.
Which words were the extra words in that sentence, Kirk? Because I could rearrange that sentence in a variety of different ways.
Savage Worlds. I'm also trying to convince the French community to participate a little bit.
Awesome.
Uh, where is it in general? I know there's a place where.
You have it pinned.
No, well, not I'm not one of the mods of,
Oh,
so I'm just trying to find server rules. Maybe no. Where are? Oh yeah, yes. I have it right here. Private chat.
and voila. You can get
And
in touch with Alb here.
and you can hook me on with that name. One of the, if it's not apparent, I'm very picky about my, let's say, internet footprint. So I have different names for every single website I'm on. So for Discord, this is my name. But
Are you sure you want me to share this before I hit enter?
well, if people want to like send me a link, they need that. So I'm
All
just
right, there
going
you
to
go.
be
That is
very picky. But I can just like ban people or block people.
that's right. I do the same thing.
There's so let just me rant about Discord a little bit. There's so many people trying to send private message to anyone and everyone so they can hack their like name, and that's I hate that.
It is true, and it's one of those things where I'm like, nah. We have no servers in common. I have you
Yeah.
say, hey, sure. Like I'm going to just not respond.
There's Script Right that had a question. So
yes, I was just going to put that up. So what do you need?
I don't need a summary or anything. I need a link for the for whatever you created. So it can be a system. It can be a podcast. Like I said, it can be an adventure. It can be a bunch of random ideas you had. Like I said, just send me a link and we'll provide the mass of every links of everyone, and I'll try to review every single creation for the month and try to be as the best like seller I can be to convince people to buy your stuff or to watch your stuff on their next stream.
That's awesome. And yeah, Todd's on here. Todd did one last year, and that's the thing that's great about this. There's so much love and support around the Creator Jam.
Mm-hmm.
If you are new and want to put your toe into this is the time to do it. The unofficial Savage World Discord is the best place to get advice and feedback and friendly support for your projects here.
When I created my first like professional book, I had it for like a year or two, and I knew I needed an editor just to read it, to have a fresh pair of eyes on it, to try to reread. And since English is not my native language, I knew I had like to needed help with that. So I went to the Discord and just asked if anyone knew professional editors. I was willing to pay money to hire people, and I had like 3, 4, 5 people like that. I had no prior experience. I had no prior publications, but I still had 3, 4, 5 people that were willing to read me, send me their feedbacks, correct my mistakes. So I have an obligation to try to do the same if I have the time to anyone that wants to create something new. And we are there's many people that feels the same on the Discord. So if you have any ideas, don't hesitate, ask away on the Discord. We tend to be a little bit like direct, so don't expect. We some of us, me included, usually say things without like the sandwich technique. We're not good at that. We say the things like they are, but it's not. It comes from a place of love because we want to have something that's even better. Not because we want to discourage anyone, not because we want to tell you that's bad. No, we usually, when we say things, it's because we love the idea and we want to make it better.
Yeah. And I think that's, especially for people who have never been in any sort of publishing, that's actually the kind of feedback that you want. You want people who are passionate about your project, who want to see it to be the best possible version of itself that it can. And that does mean sometimes that to do that, they've got to show you where it needs more polishing. And I am very grateful for people who give me that kind of criticism.
Yeah.
So, well, Alb, anything else you want to add? We're going to keep this one nice and tight. What do you want to add about the Creator Jam? Any advice? Any Words of
Keep
wisdom
it
or
simple.
encouragement?
Don't try to, unless you have something that is really really you've been working on it for a while. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to make a 30 pages supplement like I did last year, because you're going to feel burnout at the end. Try to keep it as simple as possible, and have fun. That's my two advice for you, because as long as you're having fun, it doesn't feel like working.
Awesome.
And to any creators that wants to do podcast or actual play, that the invitation here, hook me on Discord. I can see. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well, I agree with Tink. Creators generally are the best at feedback, and random people in the comment sections are the worst. Yes, Todd. Well, so Todd, I agree. Like the
Well,
one
I'm going
sheet
to
is
say,
perfect.
for the random people in the comment are the worst. They're usually very good at pointing what is not working. They're very bad at giving constructive criticism. So
Yes.
they'll know what's bad, but they don't know how to make it work. The
Yeah.
creator
Or
will be better at that.
my favorite piece of my favorite comment of from anybody that on my Jackals RPG. It's a ancient Near East Bronze Age fantasy game. Was I was very disappointed that this did not have more Chinese demons or medieval Kabbalah. And I was like, did you read the description of the game before you purchased it? Because at no point should you have expected medieval Kabbalah in or Chinese demons in an ancient Bronze Age Levant inspired game. Huh. But I
There's
have a
too
really
many nuns and guns in my nun and guns book.
that's right. You put too much Savage Worlds in my Savage Worlds, and I am angry, sir. Angry. I actually had a good friend of mine, Bob Crumb, who is an artist, and he painstakingly over a year explained to me how to actually give good criticism to art. And I think it's just because he really wanted me to, be able to provide useful feedback for him. Let's see here. Yes. Oh, the troll lords get all so many things. Let's see here. Cripwright says favorite piece of feedback comes from a Letterman episode where the guy wrote in and said, "You and your lame show sucks. Please send cash." The customer does not know what they want. It's like the 1-star no vegan options at the barbecue restaurant. Yes, exactly. All right,
Well,
we're
I,
way
I
off.
do I do have like a few cauliflowers barbecue recipes that are very good with the right spices.
I love so when I smoke, I'll do ribs or a pork shoulder, and I'll typically, while the grill's coming up to temp and everything's getting set right before I put, the stuff that needs to be on there for a long time, I will do chicken wings, and then I will take a head of cauliflower and I will
Mhm.
slice it pretty thick and hit it with the barbecue seasoning and do like cauliflower burnt ends. Because I had that once at a barbecue restaurant in Austin and it was spectacularly good.
This stream just changed into a barbecue stream.
We're gonna have Al back on barbecue and bandits, our Savage Worlds smoking. If they can do whiskey and wild cards, we can do barbecue and bandits, a Savage World.
I'm just trying. You know, one thing I always wanted to try on stream. So if you ever wanted me to try, I'm up for it. Is to like try to create a setting, improvise a setting live with like totally random prompts, like barbecue and bandits. Go, make a setting out of it right
Uh,
now.
I'm 100% in. Let's plan on doing that as a live show in March after the Creator Jam. I
Whenever
would
you want me.
Yeah,
That will be awesome. Like just
100%.
people on the in chat sending us prompts and just trying to find a way to make it all work.
Oh my gosh, Dream Shaper wins. Have a Benny. We could call the show Fast, Furious, and Flavorful. Well
Well,
done.
I will say that one of the main component of a good setting, in my opinion, is flavor. When you
Yeah,
find ways to link mechanics with the setting so it works thematically and the flavor is all there,
it's true.
that's a often overlooked element in a setting, and that's why even though it's so complex, there's a French RPG called Dragon's Dream, which is all about flavor. It's
Interesting.
completely absurd. It's off the rail, but every single mechanic works as a complement to the setting itself. So
Well, I was going to ask you now that I mean, we're this is not just turned in the last 5 minutes of just J-M and Alb talk about stuff that they like. Have you? I just got in the latest Kickstarter from my favorite French RPG,
which one?
Shadows of Esteren.
Don't know about that.
They it's I don't know if you can see the
Shadow.
big boxes back here. It's an occult horror role playing game out of France.
Okay.
Just amazing.
The French RPGs are very, very good at flavor.
They really
in
are.
general, in terms of like, I'm usually the mechanics aren't as like flowy as modern RPGs, but the flavor of the mechanics are usually very, very good.
Yes. So Shadows of Esteren is a single D10. Add your basically your attribute and your skill. The combat is very fast and almost feels, I don't want to say like an afterthought, but kind of we should have some ways for them to kill things. And the core of the game is about slowly going insane as you encounter these things out in the wild.
How do you write the last name? Because I've read the joke Shadows of Estrogen, and that's what I heard
That
the
was
first time.
okay.
But it's clearly not that. So
No, it's ESTERN.
Shadows of Esteren. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And they pulled out.
Oh, it's by Agathe. Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah, and they've put out like full orchestral soundtracks to be played with the adventures.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's good.
yeah,
That's another thing that's usually. Hey, if anyone wants to make Savage World soundtracks, that's perfect for the theme.
there we go.
RPG soundtracks like Deadlands theme, the Rift theme, Big Apple Sewer Samurai theme. Everyone wants to make a theme song for Big Apple Sewer Samurai Saturday morning cartoon.
Now is your time.
Send me a link. Yeah, now's the time.
Awesome. Well, Alb, thank you so much for showing up and hanging out. I look forward to talking with you in a month and seeing all of the cool things
Likewise.
that have come out of this Creator Jam.
Thank you very much.
If you want to be on the show, please reach out. We're going to have DM James here on the show in the near future so that we can talk about all of the cool things Knights of the Smith Dinner Table are doing with things like Altered Morality and their Lost Colony, Deadlands Lost Colony podcast. But please reach out. Go to savageuniverse.com. Down at the bottom, you can find my information. Send me an email. I would love to have you on the show to talk about what you made for the Creator Jam, what you're working on, any Kickstarters you have planned, what your podcast, what your show is about. I love talking about Savage Worlds, and that's kind of why I'm here. So until next time, go out and play some Savage Worlds, and may all your dice ace. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.